Hi everyone, it's Agnes. I've got another viewer request YouTube today. So, this is from Ingle, and this is what they say. In one of your videos, you talked about the power of influence. In the comments section, you had mentioned that we can either accept or reject an influence caused by others upon us. You had also replied on my question that the specific person has the right to reject our influence if they wish to. You always emphasize on the concept of everyone as you pushed out, but what if the specific person that we're trying to influence rejects what we send him, in spite of us believing that our thoughts are influencing him no matter what? Can you please explain it in your videos? I'm sure there are many like me that have the same doubt. Okay, so let me just go through step by step. The power of influence. In the comment section, you had mentioned that you can either accept or reject an influence caused by others upon us. Yes. So people can project out, or you can project out onto someone what you would like to see, or holding them in a better light than what they're in. Like, say, with someone who's sick, you would see them as healthy. Someone who doesn't have a job, you see or hear them saying, I have a wonderful employment. So you can use the power of influence to uplift them and hold them in a much better position than they're in at this particular moment. So you had mentioned that we can either accept or reject an influence caused by others upon us. Yes. You had also replied on my question that the specific person has the right to, okay, I've read that bit. You always emphasize on the concept of everyone as you pushed out. Yes, that's true. But what if the specific person that we try to influence rejects what we send him? Well, that is part of the way the laws work. You can influence, project, do all the law of attraction stuff, and you can believe also that you can have what you want. But remember that if it's not in line with what that person wants for themselves, they can basically reject what you have sent out. So I'm going to put down in the description, Neville Goddard did I interpreted a Neville Goddard passage, and it was called, it's from the book Prayer, the Art of Believing. So I'll put that in the description, and that talks about thought transmission. It also talks about how someone can reject or accept what you send if it's not in line with what they do. But in a way too, remember, if someone projects something onto you and you don't want it, you also can say no to that. So yeah, you can definitely believe and do all that stuff, but we have to remember that people still have the right to say yes or no to things. And I know this is going to upset a few people because, I have said if you believe that you can have your specific person, and you can, however, there's still this element that exists that's governed by the laws. So in some instances, it won't work. In a lot of instances, it can if you change you, as you know, because there's a lot of success stories that have come through the channel, my own success story, Neville Goddard's success story. So there's a lot of successes that can happen. However, there is that element that is still there and still exists of someone rejecting whatever you hold for them. Okay? So going back to what you said, but what if the specific person that we are trying to influence rejects what we send him in spite of us believing that our thoughts are influencing no matter what? Well, I think I've already answered that a little minute ago. So yeah, people still have the choice. There is still a choice. You can do as much as you can. You can change yourself. You can change what you believe, what you project, what you think about yourself and all that stuff. And you will obviously get a vibrational match to that. And I can tell you from experience, and also from coaching people and reading hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails, that a lot of the time it does work out. It does work out, but you have to do the work. So I think my suggestion would be don't put all your thought in the, yeah, but what if I do all this work and then it doesn't work? You got to give it your best shot. And you got to believe as best you can, and you got to have a go at it. So, yeah, I hope that helps, Ingle. I know that it's not the easiest thing to accept, but I unfortunately can't change the laws of the universe for anyone. We are there to understand it's like nature. Nature is part of those laws, and nature does what it does, and we can work with the laws to the best of our ability, and that's what this channel is about, is working with the laws as best we can to be able to create and manifest everything that we desire. And then you have the best shot that you can, because you're not doing all the old stuff that you used to do, you see. All right, I will put that thing in the link in the description now. That way you can re-listen, and it comes from Neville. So listen to how it is. I read it out, and then I break it down and explain it. So I think that'd be a good one for you to listen to in the light of your question.